Okay, welcome to my channel. This is Chessgists, and I have a rating of 927, 3 minutes Blitz, and I'm playing Zell 2004, 896 from Poland. He's playing white and I'm black, and he played the E4, so I was expecting to play the Roy Lopez the Goku piano, the Italian game. I was expecting all that, but then he played something totally different. He played d4, and d4 is the center game. I didn't know that very well, as usual. I'm still learning my openings, and then I accepted the pawn at d4, and I think it's called the center game accepted. I wasn't so sure of the main line, and I just continued like, okay, I'm going to develop around the queen. The queen is out early. I didn't want the pawn push to cause my knight or my pieces to be delayed in the opening. And when the L4 came, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna jump I'm just gonna jump my knight to the e4 square. So eventually I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna develop castle and x-ray the queen in front of the king. It has all its pieces at the back. So that was what I was gonna do, just x-ray the queen, you know. And so I continued with my development, and then of course the bishop to b4. I was like, okay, whether he cancels king side or queen side, I was anyway going to castle to the queen side. I didn't trust his attack. And then so at this point I was not expecting the exchange, but I took it anyway. And then he played e5, and I just knew e5 wasn't correct. I wanted to jump my knight to g4, but I wasn't confident enough to do so because my king is also still in the center, and I know I am still prone to so many blunders. So yeah, so that wasn't something for me to do. So I just played it safe and I castled. I was thinking it was going to take with the pawn, so the knight take was a bit of a relief for me. But I also noticed that he's blocking the g4 square that I would have used for my knight. But all the same, I was x-raying the bishop coming to to this square, and then eventually pinning the king. If it happens, then that will be fine. So I was also looking at that while I was still thinking of x-raying the queen. So here this still looks like, I mean, very playable for me, because now you can see that the x-ray is there. And when it castled, I immediately looked at the diagonal. You can see the diagonal is still there, so I then attacked it because I knew that we are prone to mistakes, but at the same time I want to play something strong. So he moved to c3, the queen moved to c3, and I knew that just wasn't right, but I didn't know how to punish it because I've been looking at the g4 square. I didn't think about the e4 square sooner, not knowing that, not expecting that if the knight jumps to e4, then the same knight is covering the c5 square, and that's very good for my bishop to give a check, and I still have the same knight looking at the f2 square. So this was what I was thinking about, just jumping. I mean, we are very, I would say, young players at this point. Our rating is very low, but at least you can do your own analysis and try and work around something. That's how to improve your middle game. Think about what you want to do, but don't waste too much time, because of you don't want to run into time trouble, which I am always often running into time trouble. Anyway, so as the game continued, I looked at that square and I realized that I needed to put my queen there. But yeah, the knight could have done the same, like I said, but that was fine. And then he played knight to a4. What was he doing there? What was he looking at? I wasn't sure what he was doing there, because the only square the knight could go to that was safe was the knight to c4, and I wasn't still sure what the knight was going to do there. I was busy looking at the king and the position of the queen. And so at this point I went to the square I've been eyeing all along, the knight to g4. Now the idea is to check and then check with the knight on this square. So basically on this square, I needed this square. So the first check would be the bishop check. That was what I was thinking of, giving the bishop check, and he kicked my knight, of course, and I gave the bishop check anyway. I just knew at this point, somehow I just knew I was winning. And one reason I felt I was really winning was because I had my king x-raying this pawn. My queen actually x-raying that pawn. So he moved, and then I went check. And at this point, I knew I was winning because I was going to threaten checkmate. So at this point, I played my opponent. I didn't just play good chess. It was a good move, but I was playing my opponent. Like, okay, this is a very stressful position, and I can feel his stress, even though he's miles away. And so I played for the mate, and he tried to kick my bishop. I didn't want the bishop anymore. With the discovered, with the knight check, and my queen x-raying this position, and when he took the knight, I was sure he only saw the mate after I mated. So yes, checkmate in the center, game accepted at 927 versus 896. Yes, and I was happy with this position and the middle game, but I wish I could do, I'm hoping to do better. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in my next game.